if you really feel that is a reference for you, you can do that. But you don't neglect while listening the class. Okay, anyway recording is there, I will do it later, then you will be in trouble. You are wasting your time, you are not focusing. So that's where be focused while discussing. If any questions you ask me, let me share my screen first. Before that, let's see. Yes, I started recording. Let me share my screen first. Okay, it's a confusion. Okay, now you can see I've started recording. Okay, recording is started recording. Okay, and now anybody can do like this also. Okay, start recording. Okay, here also start recording. Two recordings are happening now. Okay, here also the recording is happening. Now I've shared my screen and see I've opened. Okay, no motivation. Yesterday you already fully motivated. Now let's directly jump into DAX. Okay, yesterday I asked you to, I've given a homework, so my actually this one is gone. So what is this? You just come back and see the model. Filter table I don't want right now, let me delete it. So this is what, if you load the, even this dim date table also I have created explicitly just before. So you will see Excel, when you load the Excel, you will see this star schema. Okay, without date table they have given. If you want, you can go back and check the Excel. Yesterday we have loaded. Let me load that again. Let me show you again. Otherwise not to. Okay, if I open that Excel, you will come to know what exactly mean by this. Because it's purely, cleansed the data. I mean, it's completely a star schema that they have clearly given in the Excel. Now you see, sales table is a fact table, and product table is product table. Where is the product table? This one is a product table, and the customer is a customer table, and this is the employee. This could be the employee. Okay, this is employee table and the location table. So this is called star schema. Without this schema, you cannot just see the data like how many sales done by the particular product in the Excel. It's very difficult. So that's where the Power BI is most useful with this modeling concept. Okay. Hope now you are trying to understand why you require the modeling. Otherwise, you cannot do that in the Excel. If you can do, then let me know how that is possible. Without Power Pivot, okay? Without Power Pivot, I'm saying. You should not create Power Pivot. Power Pivot is nothing but model. Okay? But without Power Pivot, if you create this, then that's really great. But no, it's not possible. If it's possible, then that would be more complex than this, I can say. So that is the reason modeling is very, very important when you just do that. Now it's come to measures. Let's create a measure table first. Now last time I've created using DAX, but you can also create a table using enter data. Okay, enter data will be available here, and the tool inside the tool transform data, Power Query Editor. Okay, there also you can do enter. I want measure tables, and then it should be, this time I would like to put underscore. Underscore is also a special character. Okay, measure table. Otherwise you can say measures. Okay, whatever it is. I want that should be first. Okay, so where is my measure table? It's loading. Let's wait. But if I create this enter data table will be available in Power Query Editor, but inside that measures table, you will not see anything in the Power Query Editor. So Power Query Editor will only see the data which is coming from source, not from the vice versa, not from the Power BI desktop to this thing, except this enter data table only you can see, and that will load back. Okay, but except anything DAX, you will not see You will not see back to power query. Power query is actually can see only coming from source. Just assume like this. So this is your source, okay, and this is your power query, and this is your PBX Power BI desktop. What is this? Source. What is this? Source. This is what? Power query editor. This is DAX. So whatever you create DAX, it will not go back except enter data. Enter data is not created by DAX, okay? So that is the reason it will go back. But DAX never go. Okay. But whatever the source comes from, this Power Query editor will Power Query editor PQE. This is, you should understand this relationship very much, okay? Whatever the Power Query editor see, can see only this, but it will not go back. The DAX will not go back. That is the matter here. DAX will never go. Will never go back to Power Query editor. If you clear, then you will be understanding better. Okay. Now we are trying to create insights. Yesterday I have given a homework. Now you see our table came with one column. Okay. But we don't worry about the column at this moment. But yesterday we tried to create a count. Lot of counts you have created. Let me create one more measure here. Now you see, when you select this, there are table tools, okay? But in the visual side, you have measures. Even you come here, you can see measures, okay? Anywhere you can create, okay? The both are same, new measure. Now let me quickly create count, all count types of measures on the same column. Let's see how that works. Nobody sent any screenshots or any updates in the group that I have created this count PBX file. I created some count cards and some published in the folder. Does anybody created this workspaces? Let's see. I mean, how many people have created workspaces and how many shared with me? Only Rajshekhar sir only created, no other person. See, he also created nice symbol. Good sir. What about others, guys? Are you learning or just Okay. Now, what I want to take a count of products. I want to take count. So let's do a count thing on this measure. How this will work? Okay. Before you do, just expand that product, okay, so that you will understand. Okay, so this is what I would like to see. Okay, I want to take a count. Maybe I can take the count of product ID also. That's perfectly fine. But if anything is possible, okay, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, what is the count? Total products rows are 80. Okay, let's see, like will that give the 80 or not? Okay, now let's go back and then expand, and then here and select this measure table before I create a measure. Okay. Okay. Product count. Okay, I would like to go with first count. Okay, let's see. So this is a syntax. Is equal to only syntax. Before is equal to whatever I write, it will take it as a name only. Okay, before is equal to. So this is a syntax. Remember, product count. Now I am using count. Okay, count of products. You see, count is perfect, 80. Now create one more measure. This time count rows. We'll take count rows. I told you let's open this DAX. Tak, we'll do that. Okay, DAX count yeah. Okay, all these things will come in the DAX only. Okay, let's take this here. You want to see now? What you are going to do? Count rows. Okay, let's search for count rows. See count rows. This one. So anything you can see here, count rows table. So this will give table, and you need to pass a table, and you can also do something extra. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do all these three. Okay, now count rows. Simple. I'm creating a new measure. Come on, why it's not rolling properly? Correct. Come on. It's gone. Huh? Let me create one more. Okay, that is gone. Now count rows. Product of count rows is equal to count rows of file 2. Something like that. Okay. Product. What is this? Hey, come on. Why every time you are doing like this? Okay, this is measure. Okay, that's fine. Now let's use this. Count rows. Okay. Anyway, it's highlighted. Okay, see measure only highlighted. Now, what we are going to take count rows. Count rows. Okay. Now see the expression IntelliSense is giving only choose the table. What I want to take, because I'm counting all my products only every time. But I'm just checking with all other measures, all other functions. Okay, all other functions. Now you see the product table is in the products. So let's take products. Simply just create that. Now it should create product rows count. What I have done, Control C, Control paste, but here still it's count rows only. I want to use count rows. Okay, that is count only. So count rows also coming 80. Okay, something like that you need to verify, but yeah, this is no difference at all. Okay, now you see count rows works with related table also. Okay, count rows is actually DAX. It can do anything, anywhere. If you want to have a separate column from in another, but yeah, doing this related table, it not makes sense basically, because count rows is a measure you no need to put into that particular table. Okay, it is anywhere in the table. That is the reason we created separate table. Okay, it is nowhere related to any other table, but yeah, it could have used this inside this product. It could have used this product table, but you can put that measure anywhere, because it will not physically exist. Okay, it will create dynamically, and it will refer the table name. So that's what you can just use anywhere. Okay, now you can just simply create one more measure with so that's what I asked you to do. Maybe you might have done, but nobody is telling that I have done that. Let me do one more thing with the rows, and let's go back to this and row count X. See what is this count X and where to use count X. Okay, the expression table with expression. If you want to do some expressions, something like this, and it will simply give this is nothing but list of price, sum of price, count of price. Okay, there is no difference. But if you put some expressions like this is equal something else is equal something else, so then it matters. Okay, now let's do that. Let's experiment this. Okay, if you just understand the simple ones, you will understand the complex one. That is the only intent. Okay, now count X products count X. function I'm going to use. X means expressions. Maybe it's count x, sum x, min x, average x, any x, it works with expression. Okay, now let's see. Count x. So whenever you do count x, this expression x wala, then you see a table comma expression will come. Even you go with sum x, average x, min x, max x, any x. That's what. Now I will tell you count x completely. Okay. Then you have to work with this min x, max x, min, max, average, all these things with all these count rows. Whatever I do on the count, you just similarly apply on the other aggregate functions. Okay, aggregate functions are these min, max, count, okay, sum, all these things will comes under aggregate functions. If you don't know, just go and search in Google, okay, or in YouTube. They will explain what exactly mean by that. Okay. Now count text. Count text is what? Table. What is the table? My product table. So give product table, comma expression. Now expression. So what expression I can give? So I want a product ID, or I want I want here only tax rate is more than something else. Okay, let's see tax rate. How this tax rate is there. That's what. So before we write, we should take that column here first, and then try to understand what is this basically. See, tax rate only we have 2, so we can say only 0.19. Okay, let's go to that. You see, it's got error out because we just come off in between. So now what I'm going to say, I want to have a tax rate is equal to 0.19. Okay, so how can I do that? Tax rate, just simply write tax rate is equal to 0.19. Okay, simply I'm closing. So this is my table and this is my expression. In expression you can do anything. It could be filter, it could be calculation, anything you can do. So that is called expression. Okay, now we'll just check this. It's working, and let's see how many actually will come with this tax rate. Okay. It's selected. Okay. Be very careful while you this will become a card. So Control Z. So ideally, if I just select this count text, let me see, if I click this will change. See, 39 should come with the count text. Okay, I'm going to show you now. I'm not selecting, I unselected it, and then I'm just taking one more card, clicking outside. Okay, then take this card. Come on, the Power BI is very slow. I don't know why. Okay. This came, and then I will use this context. Come on, why it's not happening? See these details. Measure context, the function context cannot work with the value type boolean. Where, which boolean we have used? Somebody is saying. Oh yeah.
So we have given 0.10.
10, okay. Still it is not working for this. With this expression, let's take any another profit margin or product price. Let's take the price. Okay, why this is not working? I don't know. It should have worked. See, count, yeah. So count text will, see, whatever the expression it will come, it will do row by row operations. So this is one of the most important, guys. So whatever you do with X, it will done row by row expression. Okay, it will just validate, go and just check the count of ideally wherever this is 0.9, it will go and just select. Okay, so let's see, let's check this. Let's go back and then see wherever is 0.19, ideally those counts should have come here. So that is my intent, but it's saying that it's not giving. The countx cannot work with the value of boolean, but I didn't give any boolean, right? Boolean means true or false. I didn't give any true or false. Okay, the countx let's work with calculate and we'll see that works. Something is wrong. Let me just go back into the docs and then see what is the problem. Okay, product comma list price, then see is also giving some expressions saying see that is called some caps. Oh, see, okay, it could be a text, the value could be text. If it is text, then let's try a double quotation. If it is not a whole number,
Sir, it would be minus 0.19, right?
minus 0.19. Why? So what is the tax rate? It's a general decimal number. Okay, decimal number means not required quotations basically. Ideally this should have come product comma product rate. I want to just count wherever there is a only 0.9 of tax rate. So that is my intent. Okay, that's for we need to use this countx expression. We will come to know like why this is not working at this moment. Okay, this is look back. Okay, now what next? What next? After countx, count A. So but you see where it will work. Count A. Count A will work. So it is just work, but you need to work with boolean. Okay, that is the only difference. It will also work as a count. Let me do that. Okay, there is a minor things will be there, but yes, interviewer will ask this question. What is the difference between count A, count x, count ax? So this is how you might get. So but simply count A will work something like that. Product what I am going to use is count A. But let's see how this will work. This time column name only. So what is the column name? Product. Let's select. It will work. See, count here, there is no difference until unless that column is a boolean. Until unless that column is a boolean. What is boolean? We will create a column and I will tell you what is the boolean. Okay, I will use some if condition and I will create a calculated column with boolean values. Then you will come to know and we will create this count A value. Where is the count A value? Let's create one card and put that count A. There is no difference, but the difference is if it is a boolean, count will not calculate but count A will calculate. So that is the difference. Let's do that. Let's go to this product table. Where is the product table? Here I want to have a boolean column. So how can I create the boolean column? Using if condition. I will just create, so not table, so table. No, I don't want table actually, I want a column. And where? The product. So let me delete this, okay, it's not going well. So now I am coming to this table. I want to have a new column where is true or false. If it is, let's say, tax rate or profit, anything is more than that, I will say true or false, something like that I will create. So then we will just apply count and count A. Both will apply on that column. So which will work? We'll see. See why I am telling, I am just explaining how that function will work. So that is the main intent here. If you know in the real time, if that scenario comes in, you will be able to work. And moreover, we are actually challenging the interviewer. Like if we ask anything, we should be able to answer. So that is the intent here. So nothing confused. You don't confuse. Okay, we are trying to learn these functions. Count. What is that? This column name is what? Tax rate is greater than 7. Okay, let's say around 7 above, something 7. Okay, you have written like this. If logical test, if tax rate is greater than 0.07, then true result is what? True. Otherwise false. Simple. See, 0.7 is not actually greater than 7, right? So that is the reason it's false. Wherever it is more than 7, then they are only true. So this is a function. 0.7 is not greater than 0.7. That is the reason it's false. It's the first condition. Okay, but removing the 0.19 is greater actually. So that is the reason it has given true. So it will validate this if condition. Okay. Now I'm not working about if condition at this moment, but just I'm giving you if condition is a common condition anywhere. If something is correct, then give a true value, otherwise false value. Or if you want to give any other meaning, it will give the something like that. But let's do that. Let's do on the count. This what? The tax rate 7. We will count how many trues came, how many false came. So that could be my scenario. So in that case, let me just select this measure table and create a new measure. See, that's the reason I've given in the bracket. You should not confuse. Okay. Come on. What is that? Tax rate with count. Okay. Tax rate 7 with count first. Okay, there is a boolean column. Okay, now let's see will count will work or not. So count of, what is that? Count will ask for column name. So give the column name of what is that? Tax rate 7. Okay, let's take this. Click outside, take one more column, one more card. Okay, and where is that tax rate count? It won't work. See, because boolean it won't work. Now let's do the same thing with the count A, and let's see. Now go and click measure. So we are creating insights using DAX functions, guys. So using DAX functions, we are trying to understand like how many products are there, something like this. Okay, using DAX. Okay, this is very, very important. Okay, let's run. It's still running. Click, still it's running. Yeah. So now, what is that? Tax rate 7. I'm just giving the name because you should understand that. Okay, now with count A, this is the function I'm going to use. What is that? Count A of column tax rate 7. Now we'll see how this will work. So likewise you need to test before you using in the real time also. Now let me take one more column, one more record, and put this tag A, count A. See, it's working. Okay, so count A is working with the boolean. but whereas count is not working, but count A is working for all other also. Slight difference, guys, slight difference. Count A will work normal columns also, normal columns like count A of product, okay, it will just call count product columns, but also calculate boolean values. But whereas count will only count this, but it will not count this count A. So it's failed because of count A. If you just see this error, it will tell you booleans cannot work on this count. It will say like something like that. The count function cannot work with value of boolean. So this is right error. Okay. So that's the reason we use count A. So that is the reason count A come into picture. If you want to do on top of count A some expression, then you have to use count AX. What is the expression? Something like any other column values should be like this, then it will do. Okay, that X is only specific to that table. So let's say you are doing one expression on this, you have to use only these columns into that filtering part or any other calculation part. Should not use other table, because that is a limitation of X expression. Sum X or min X or max X or any X, it is only limited to that table while doing that function. After creation you can put that measure anywhere, so that is different story, but this is different story. That's the reason, to avoid that the calculate came into picture. So now what else we have? Count AX, count started here, count A, count AX, count blank, count blank. So now I want to have a blank. If you want, so only this count is very important. Remaining all are very simple: min A, min X, max A, max X. So those only you will see. Okay, but count is not like that. You will have count AX, count blank, count rows. These three will come extra. So that is the reason I am just telling count, so that you can do remaining all. Okay, now let's check this count blank. So what it will give? Just only give the blank values in that. But how, we don't have any blank values, so how will I get it? So that again you need to go back and create a new more column for blank. Okay, create a new column. So it's very simple, guys. See, I'm again using if condition. What is that if condition? Tax rate blank. Okay, tax rate blank. Bracket blank. Okay, I'm going to use this for blank purpose. Okay, so this is in the real time you should use business words, okay, just to understand, but here our context is to understand the concept. So I'm giving these functions. Okay, naming standards also very important, guys. Okay, now I want to have instead of false I want to have blank. That's it, only that's same. If I do like that, if I do something like that, tax rate is greater than 0.07, I want to have a blank, otherwise the same value, tax rate. Okay, that is a true value. I want a blank. Okay, otherwise what I want? Same value, tax rate only I want. See, what does it mean? Wherever it is greater than 0.07, they only come in as a blank, otherwise remaining all as come as a zero, something like that. Okay, let's see how this will result. If you don't understand the logic, just experiment and then see, you can just change like that. If you don't like the result, see, remaining all are blanks, only 0.007 is coming. If you want vice versa, you can just change the condition. Somebody is unmuted, guys. I don't know who is that guy. Okay. So now you see, because nothing is lesser than this thing, so should have given other value, but that's okay, we can use this condition. ulta condition, so that we can get some blanks. So now you can count the blanks using count blank. Okay, now we have blanks. Now let me go back and just see, do some function row count with that count blank. Measure, new measure. See, using DAX we are creating wonders. If nothing is there blank, we are creating blanks. If nothing is there true or false, we are creating true or false. Nothing is there with the counting of true or false, we are doing something like that. So in the real time you may get anything. Okay, so now what my intention is to count blank. So what count blank? What is that? Tax rate blank. Tax rate blank. What is that? What I am going to do? Count blank. Okay, count blank is a function. So I can give any name. Okay, this is not that I should give only something like this. Okay, I can give anything. TXB also I can give, but you people may not understand, so I am not giving that complexity. And it should be user friendly and everybody can understand. Okay, that is the intent. Okay, tax blank count is equal to what? Count blank. We are going to use count blank this time. And column name. What is the column name? Tax rate blank. So this one. Guys, go on mute. Go on mute. Don't disturb others. Okay. Now let me just check the count blank. See, 39 blanks are there, which means 0.07 are actually 39. So I should have expect the same with count x, because I want to see how many are actually having 0.07. So that's where I'm expecting. But if you don't see, this is what it is. This is a straightforward answer, but in the real time, the customer may ask, no, I want to see the products which are actually something like this. The condition should be this, condition should be that, something like that. Okay. So then you have to use this DAX functions to calculate that. Not to worry, a DAX function calculate can be done in a day or 2 days or 3 days. Okay. It may not be possible. Something like that, it may go end. But yes, in the real time you will explore and explore. Now you will not only work this, along with this there is a work, but whenever you get chance and you will go back and explore on this. There is a priority of works. Work 1, work 2, work 3 will be assigned for you, but you are working on work 4 as a lowest priority and work 1 is working, but whenever you get a chance you will also go back and check this work 4. So something like that in the real time will be there, so that time you will explore. Okay, very easy to work in the real time if you have subject. Without English also you can work, but minimum basic should be there. Okay. Okay. Now count blank we understand. What else we understand? We should understand in the count part. Count AX. Now see count AX part. This is actually, see, count AX also giving same table name comma expression, but the extra is like, see, active, inactive. They are checking the status. That is also a boolean. Active, inactive, boolean. Okay. So now I want to see the count of. Let me just tell you here. I want to take this count of here. What count they have taken? True or false count they have taken. But I want to take only the true values count or false value count. Something like that. Let's go back that and just create AX function. Okay. Let's create a new measure. Counted everything. Okay, but I want only the true values or only the false values. Okay, so in that case I want to go with this count to AX. Okay, what is that? Blank, tax rate blank. Tax rate, what is the column? I forgot, but anyway, what I am going to use, count AX. Okay, in this count AX, what we are going to count only the true or false. Just count true values. Okay, true values. Let's count true values. How to do that? Count AX, this one, and table is what? Table is what? Product, comma, expression. What is that column name? Tax rate 7. Okay, tax rate 7, tax rate 7. See, this one is equal to true. I want only true values. I don't want only all values. If I want all values, count A will give us. But if I want only true values, count AX will give us. Because count A, you could not put this expression. Okay, now let me take one more card. Where I can put cards? I don't have space. Let me make it small size. Size is not happening. Okay, I have little space, that's fine. Okay, so where is that count AX? Now first let me create the card. Okay, now mine will come here. Where is count AX? Yeah, this one. This is not working. Value or format of the function to convert that value. So it is something with the format actually. So let me go back to this tax rate function. What is this function? What is this column type or column tools? True file value. Okay, where we are, count AX. What they have given, reseller is a table and comma phone. Okay, active comma, let's say we'll just count price. Let's give this price. They have given the price also after closing. Okay, after closing that, they're actually, see why this is not working, something like that. So reseller comma status is equal this, close, and comma, why is not coming comma?
Here we used filter function.
Okay, right, so maybe, but ideally filter function will create the filter table. Okay, so that is a table function. Why my expression is not working with this count X? So that is my question. So this is the expression here. So I am putting some expression to just to count only this particular true values. Ideally this should work, but I don't know why this is not working. The data type true is not working. Let's take this price is equal to something else, or tax rate is equal to something else. Okay, let's take this tax rate is equal to something else. Will that work or not? Instead of boolean. Let's just experimenting. Okay, tax rate is greater than 0.007. Okay, My intention this should work. Okay, that is all. Let's see that why it's not working for others. See, it's working. Okay, it's working. Count x is working. It is just like a count x. Okay, so this is what it is. I mean, okay, it's nothing that you just experiment, guys. You just experiment and you just come to me. This is required some focus. Okay, in the class maybe I may not focus it. I want to tell what next I need to tell. So that's how my mindset will be there. So that's the reason I could not focus much. But if I have free time, then I definitely explore why that is. X is not working, X is working, something like that. Okay, okay. So actually, if A comes in, it's just simple x actually. So this is what it is. So previously we tried x with the same function, it was not working, but with ax it is working. I don't know, wonder. So that's how you need to experiment, guys. So wherever you want and however you want, just do that. Okay, so it's a simple experiment. Okay, so do it in your test and then do the things. Okay, so now this is what about count. Now let's go deeper. Okay, now let's go deeper and just see the table functions. So far we have created measures using DAX, and we also created columns using if function. So now let's go to DAX notebook. See, if condition will confuse you, nothing, very easy if condition. Okay, where is our DAX? Yeah, DAX. So now where we are, related function, did we use related function? Not yet. Okay, we'll come to that point. But what we have used, if condition we have used for creating column, to create column. Okay, column. Okay, now what we have used, blank function we have used, blank we have used. Okay, and what else we have used? All count functions we have used, count. Okay, comma ax blank. Okay, count rows. So these many functions we have used in the count. Okay, now these are all to just create the columns or measures. This is for column and these are for measures. See, measure difference, measure versus column is differences. Column will physically exist with some logic, with if logic. Okay, but measure will not be available in the table. Like here you cannot see them, or if you go just to that product, you don't see any count of columns. So that is the beauty of this Power BI. You will save lot of memory, lot of size of that PBX file, but they will come whenever there is a dynamic expressions that they can use. Okay, simply you can just take that count, whatever the count you have. Let's say count AX is working, right? So let me just convert this as a table. Okay, table came. So now I will put some table products. See, it will just give count. See, it will split up based on my dimension. Okay, if you want to put another location dimension, let's see, will that work? City, let's take city of tax rate count. See, tax rate count, it's working. Okay, so something like that you can just check. That will actually, here it's not splitted, but it will split. Don't take this tax now. Go to some other dimension, customer dimension, or employee dimension. Okay, employee. Here also there's no proper relation. Maybe tax rate count AX might not be the right. Maybe we'll take this count. There is our count function. See, again it's coming 88 only. Don't have relationship or what? Don't have a relationship. I don't know. But yeah, so actually we will come to know a little bit more in the measure, the what exactly mean by the revenue, okay, revenue or profit or anything else, then you will come to know much better. The count, okay, it will be something different, but okay. Now let's go to something deeper, okay. Now let's go back and see this what is the product, okay. We have prices here, but I want to go to sales table. Here I want to see we have a price. How this price came? Using related function. What I have used? The related function. Let me show you. It's simple. If I show you, if I delete also, same thing will come. Delete. I'm just deleting the row, because price is coming from, actually if you see, price is not there in this table. I wantedly created. I just practiced, so I did not delete that. Now this is the sales table. If you see, nothing is calculated columns or everything. It's just if you just load, it will be like this. Now I want some column here, because why I want the price? Because to calculate my revenue, how revenue will come? Revenue will come based on price into quantity. So there are products like more than one also, okay. If you just see, if you just uncheck, you will see a lot of values, more than 2, okay. So you don't think that only 111, no, everything is there. Clear filter, okay. Now let's create one new column. Using related. So related is a column function, okay. So functions will be measure functions, column functions, table functions. So 3 types of measures. Measure will be a column function, DAX will be a column function or a measure function or a table function. Filter is a table function, okay. And generate series is also a table function, okay. And what else we have? We have lot of, we'll come to know, okay, one by one we'll come to know. Calendar auto, all are table functions, okay. So the interview question is, what are the types of DAX functions that we have? Okay, nobody asked so far, but I'm just telling you. Using DAX functions, we can create columns, tables, measures, something like that you should tell. Now I'm going to use a price. I want to price here, okay. See, price is also there in the product table, but if I write the same name, it's not bothering anything, because it's in a different table. So related, I'm using related. See, related table is also a table function. A lot of functions are there. What is the price? Product price. So what I'm saying, from product table, I'm bringing price to a sales table price. That is the only thing we are doing. See, you may ask, now can't we do this into this to get this revenue? Yes, we can create the revenue column also. Let me do one more column. What I clicked, table or column? It's a table I click. Escape. Again come to sales table. Okay. Now clicking again new one more column. I want to do a price into quantity. So which is revenue. We can do. But that is not good idea. Why unnecessarily we are wasting the space? Okay. So that's where it is very, there is a small thin line which will differentiate between the measure, when to go for measure, when to go for column. Okay. That is really, will make you a little confused. But if you focus 8 hours on that same concept, or 1 to 2 hours on the same concept, on the business, on the requirement, you will understand clearly. Or if you don't understand, go with measure and go with the column also. Then see which will satisfy that requirement. Simply, okay, that's how you should do different styles of work. Now what I want to use, revenue column. Revenue column. Okay. How to do that? Quantity times price. Simple. You don't know, no brackets also required, because it's a straightforward calculation. So something like that we can create, but this is not a good idea. Okay, this is not a good idea. So what is good idea? Good idea is to create a measure. How to create the measure? Simple. New measure, that is revenue measure. See, that's what the best practice we need to define. When to go for what? That is the best practice. Revenue measure. Revenue measure. Because I want to explicitly give measure because revenue column is also there. If I give revenue, sometimes you will confuse. So that is the reason I am giving revenue measure is an explicit value. So how to calculate measure? So I can do using SumX. SumX, how SumX will work here? SumX of table is a sales table. Inside sales table, I want to do row by row operations. So that's where the X will come into picture. What does it mean by row by row? Quantity into price, quantity into price, quantity into price, and then give the sum. Okay. So, but you cannot use using sum function. Okay. But SumX will work here. That's the reason. So what is that? Quantity. Okay. Quantity times price. So this is what we can do. See, the row by row operations are happening within the SumX. So this is called a revenue measure. So this is total revenue. So 139.71K. How you can confirm? Without this also you can get that revenue simply. Yeah. How to get that? We don't have straightforward. Yeah, this is the revenue measure. Okay, this is revenue measure. Okay. Any questions so far? Any questions? I will tell you one best practice here. One more best practice. The measure table. If you have lot of measures, what you can do? Just click on that and go to properties. Okay. There is a. Just select this thing and then there is a display folder. Count. I want to see count all in count folder. Now just observe what will happen. Here there is a folder will create. See, simple a folder, logical folder. Now you can push all of them here. It's working, still working. You can push something like that. Push. So all count functions will go. Simply if I just collapse, they will reduce. Now I can put all calculate functions in calculate folder. Something like that is very useful, guys. So you have lot of columns. You don't want to see those columns and put them columns into a folder so that you can collapse them just like a table collapsion. This collapsion will work like this. Okay. And you can just put all the counts. Discount. Should go to this folder. See, now if I simply close, or let that simply collapse. See, you don't see count functions. See, my measure table is also something cool. Now I see only a revenue measure, because if you have hundreds of measures, you will confuse like where is my measure, and you need to use such measure every time such. Okay, that is better. Best practice is just create a folder and give a particular name, what kind of columns or what kind of measures, so that you can give a proper name. So this display folder name, and it will automatically create. Okay, any questions, guys, here? Tomorrow we will focus on calculate. Okay, and yeah, some date functions, calendar auto will work. Okay, so those are table functions. Okay, what we have created so far? Yeah, best practice folder. Best practice is already in the folder. Go to best practices, folder. Just see any folder. Grouping queries is also a folder in the Power Query editor, not the model. Otherwise write something. Okay, use appropriate groups inside table or measure table. Table is measure table is also a table, right? So it's a table, any table. Maybe those columns or those are measures. Anything is possible. You try with the columns, okay? Okay, use appropriate group, not group actually, folder. So you should use proper name, okay? Group means then again we will go to Power Curator groups. Okay, so this is one of the best practice. Something like that you will come to know one by one. This is a model practice. This is also a model practice. That is the reason it's under model. Okay. One more assignment is also coming into picture. I will just share that in the assignments. Any questions? Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? If no questions, we can wind up. So what else we need to check as part homework. As part of homework, let's see. I will give this anyway. But what all things we missed out? If you rename this as a count, okay, not insights. We'll make this file names are insights, but rename is as a count because we all use the count purpose. Okay, all these are count functions. So why this AX will not anyway, A will not work for normal, but something AX is not working. Huh? This count A. This is we need count. Which one we need to verify, this one or this one? Count X. See why my count X is not working. Ideally, if I put some expression, that should have worked, but that is not working. But if I put A, it is working. If I put some AX, it's working. Okay, but why it's not working with X? So that's what we need to see. Okay, just search in YouTube or Google so that you will come to know like how to use this count X, count AX, when to use count X, when to use count AX. First time you may not understand that easily, but you have to practice it. There is no alternate option. You should not go back. Okay, say, oh my God, I am not understanding what to do. No, it's very simple, guys. Very simple. You just it will be becoming big script, but you just type only one letter. It will IntelliSense will give us. Give any assignment on the measures. Yeah, so the measures you can use sum, okay, sum of sales and sum X, okay, and for the min X, max X, okay. You try all these functions. If min A and max A is also there, then try that. Okay, that is the assignment. Okay, so then I'm going to save this, and the homework is why count X is not working, where to use count X. Where to use count X. If my my DAX measure is wrong, then see in the real time I never used count X. You trust me, within my 5 years. I used count, I used sum, okay, some calculate functions, okay, all function I've used. I will tell you which functions are real time use, but so you should be thorough with everything, okay. You should not, no, it is not a real time measure, no, I should not worry about it. No, you should worry about everything, because you should be more than real timer, then only you will be hired by the company. Now I will give this PBX file also for your reference. I will not exceed more than 7, okay, but some people will go office, so see this one. No, tax. I purposefully showing this shortcuts, how to use the folder expression, this folder file explorer, browsers, everything. You should you should also practice that. Okay, not only the subject. What else you want? Any other? Already given this data file. I've already given. Okay, sales data. So use that and create. Okay, I will give you recording in a moment. Let's see whether it's working or not. Stop.